Welcome to the Prevention System in PsystemTV, the one and only YouTube channel dedicated exclusively to the eradication of teen dating violence. Now YouTube, I got some stuff on my spirit on this morning that I need to get off. We got to talk about some stuff. My name is Dwight.
I'm Denisha.
And first and foremost, I want to talk about this foolishness I done seen on MTV. I know y'all are familiar with it. Have y'all heard of the show 16 and Pregnant? Have you heard of that show?
Yeah, I heard of it.
What you think?
I've really been keeping up with it this season, but you know, I hear about it all the time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm mad. I'm gonna tell you why. These little girls got pregnant at 16, like that's a good age to get pregnant. And then, so these little girls got pregnant at 16, right? And they get a TV show. My question is, where are the shows for the young ladies that, you know, went to school and got good grades and went to college and did what they were supposed to do? Why did the little ones that made the mistake get the show?
I don't know. Actually, I don't think the show is a bad idea, really. I don't think it's a bad idea, just because I feel like teens can look at this and learn from it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's part of the reason why there's so many issues now. Is because that's all they see is entertainment and what this singer is doing or what this rapper is doing, and they're trying to duplicate it or imitate it. You know, I think it's a good idea. It's a good, you know, where they can learn a lot from it. You know, I know there was some controversial out there, like 16 and Pregnant is causing more, you know, young teens to get pregnant, but I don't think it is.
I don't know. I think it glamorizes getting pregnant young. I think it makes, oh, that's cute. You know, she's up there and she's just crying and it's so cute.
But you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I 100% agree with that. Just because, you know, I feel like most of the episodes on here, they end for the worst. Not as far as the teen goes and where they're at in their life, but as far as them being with that guy, like most of the guys on here ain't doing what they're supposed to do.
Right?
You ain't noticed that.
Oh yes.
So I mean, you know, I think that most girls look at it and be like, I don't want that to be me.
Right.
More than anything.
And the one thing I do notice about 16 and Pregnant is that they do seem to have like a strong network. You know what I'm saying? Like their families really step up, and that's a really big thing because there are a lot of girls who are in the same situation that don't have that, and they turn to other methods. Like they don't want to keep the baby, and adoption. That's a lot of paperwork, and if you don't know how to go about that, you're left for like one alternative.
Right. Well, that's a whole that's a big debate right there. Just because. I don't remember the girl's name. I think she was on the first season, and she ended up giving her child up for adoption. I just think that's a good question. What do you guys think? Like, do you feel like a lot of adoptions that happen with young teens that are between the ages 15 16, do you feel like it's voluntary? Do you feel like they're forced because their parents don't want them to have the child? And if you are in that situation, do you actually do what your parents are telling you to do, or do you say, no, I want my baby? How much do they actually influence your decision?
Right, and then what are the repercussions later? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going? How guilty is the woman, the girl, gonna feel? 10 years down the line, knowing that she got a child somewhere in the world that she doesn't know.
Right.
And then where does that weigh? How do you guys feel adoption versus abortion? That's a big thing in California. Whether or not abortion should be legal, whether or not it's okay, is it murder, is it not murder? How do you guys feel about that? Because adoption or abortion, both options are gonna have like really traumatic scars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing, the California law is like you don't have to have parental involvement to actually get it.
Foolishness.
I don't know if I agree with that, especially if you're under 18. It's like, okay, your parents have to be responsible for you if you're not home at a certain time, or if you're out after a certain time. It's on the parents. So I don't understand why they feel it's okay for someone who's under the age to go into a clinic like, I want an abortion. Oh, my parents don't have to know.
But you know what?
It makes sense to me.
I understand that, but I also understand why you wouldn't want to have parents involved, because like my mom's a doula, and that's a birth coach, and she once had a client who she had to hide her pregnancy the whole time because her family was an extremist family, and their religious and cultural views and whatever it was, they would have killed her. They would have literally killed her if they had found out. You know what I'm saying? So like, I can understand to a degree how it would be better not to have parents involved, because that can make it really ugly. But at the same time, we don't want to send out this message that says, hey, you can go out and have sex all you want, get pregnant, just go have an abortion.
You can fix it.
Right.
That doesn't, it just
So I do understand. I understand both sides.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it just kind of depends.
Now, do y'all notice, going back to 16 pregnant, do y'all notice, and maybe this is just me, but do you notice it's mostly Caucasians on 16 and pregnant?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, or people that are black. I don't see a lot of African Americans.
Yeah. Or other races for that fact anyway. Yeah, you don't.
Why is that? What do you think that is, Denisha?
I hate to say it, but I think that a lot of African American families just ain't gonna let their child go on TV making it look like it's cute, it's okay. Well, and then first of all, as far as the payment, as far as you get paid for doing this, do the parents get paid for this?
I don't know how that works.
Or is it more so the people who are on the show getting a check? You know, because they might be like, well, you're my daughter or my son, and you're not going on this show
to get paid.
If I ain't getting paid, you ain't getting paid, or that might be their attitude.
So you think
I hate to say that.
It makes you be like a culture difference.
Yeah,
you know, like we don't play that. You know, African Americans don't really play.
And then it's already bad that you're pregnant anyway.
Okay,
you know, we're not gonna put it like it's okay.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think that
I think religion though too.
Yeah, like as far as like being Christian, because like I'm sure a lot of the people on here are Christian. You know.
Yeah, but still. Even then.
Right. Maybe it's an embarrassment thing. You know, maybe it's like you're not gonna go and embarrass the family by flaunting this on the show.
Right.
That might be. I don't know. I just was curious.
I know is a good.
Why that is. Another thing is that I noticed that sometimes the guys are a little older, than the girls.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you think about that?
That's true. I guess it depends on the guy and also the age. I think it depends on the guy. I mean, because some of them are so immature.
Right.
And I hate to bring that out, but it's like it doesn't balance that exactly.
Right.
So
you're knocking on us guys. They say we're not mature.
I mean, hey, the truth is the truth.
Oh, haters.
I don't want to say that about every
but you know what? Everybody made a big deal about Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon getting together because Nick Cannon is like in high school. Mariah Carey is like in a nursing home.
Okay,
so, like, me and Nick Cannon went to high school together. He graduated. He was 3 people behind me.
Exactly. Well, Mariah Carey, this is my mama's age. I don't understand.
I don't. Why she want that little boy? She can change his diaper. I believe Mariah and Nick, we are very happy.
Congratulations. And
Mariah's 90. Like Nick, what's up? Hand the rocks the cradle, right?
I guess.
Okay, I have a question. When you're in a relationship, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are people willing to sacrifice to be with that person in terms of values, time? I just recently went to college for my first semester, and a lot of people I know were making their college plans based on what their significant other was doing. Ooh, she's going to this school, so I'm gonna go to that school. He's staying here, so I'm gonna stay here. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think unfortunately it does happen a lot. I think a lot of young relationships, with teens and young adults, they do a lot of things based on this is what my spouse is doing, so I'm going to do it, or I'm going to do this because I know he wants me to do it. It's not based on what's best for you, a lot of times. And I don't really know how to feel about that.
Well, where's the line? That's what I'm asking. That's what I want to know. Where's the line between staying true to your commitment, but then doing what's best for you? Is it smart to would you guys go to a specific college or stay in a specific place for the person that you're dating? What plays into that? As far as sex goes, are you willing to, if you want to be abstinent in your relationship, are you willing to not be abstinent anymore because your partner doesn't want you to? Where's your lines, and when does it change from being compromised to being unhealthy for you? Because I know this happens a lot. That probably is what happens on 16 and pregnant.
Yeah.
Is that they compromise just a little too much.
Yeah. Because I know one of the girls on the show was talking about, when the guy was, if it's his baby or not or whatever, and she was like, well, we were doing it unprotected. I don't know how many times. What do you mean?
Right?
Is it your baby or not? So I think it's the moment thing too.
Okay, and I remember Maury was a huge thing. That you are the father, and then he come out and Maury, I know it's my baby. Look at that, no, that's my baby. Girl.
Yeah. So
I remember that was a big thing. Let me ask you this. The show's called 16 and Pregnant. How young is too young for sex?
That's a good question. You know what? Me personally, I feel like you shouldn't be having sex until, first of all, you know yourself well, and you are a old enough age to understand exactly what sex is.
Oh yes,
because I feel like a lot of teens and young adults are having sex and they don't even know what they're trying to accomplish. They're just doing it because, you know, they're in the moment, or they see it on TV or whatever.
Learn how to quilt.
Something.
I just
read a book.
I just think that if you're not right, get your start. You still reading Dr. Seuss. What is you having sex for?
Yeah.
I just think that, you know, if you are not ready for the repercussions of sex, you know, if you're not willing to, if you don't have the resources and the ability to handle getting an STD, handle getting pregnant, and that type of thing, you don't need to be having sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just
like anybody. You know, I feel like anybody under the age of to the bare minimum under 18, I don't even feel like you should be worried about that. I feel like you should be worried about your education.
Well, I told my little sister she can have sex when she's 40. That's just because it's my sister. Y'all do it.
Well, that's another thing. You know, do you feel like you should more understand, you know, your sister or your, you know, should the moms or dad understand their children or try to talk to them about certain things, or should they more so be like, no, you shouldn't do this, you know?
They should understand, but it's easy to get caught up in playing, you know, that big brother or dad or mom role and really just want to protect your child. I think sometimes we get so caught up in that we don't think about how, you know, what the best way to explain it is, and so all we do, you know, I'm guilty of it all the time. My sister, no, you can't go on no date. Who you gonna go with? What time you gonna get there? Who you gonna be car with? What kind of car is it? Who gonna get the gas? How much you gonna pay for the gas? Why you paying in 20s and stuff? I'm nosy, so I don't think that's always the best way to handle it. But so we decided there, you know, there's a minimum age for sex, but is there an age that's too young for love? You know, I know a lot of young people, you know, 8th grade, I'm in love, I didn't know him 2 weeks, that's my soulmate.
Oh Lord, it says we've been together for so long, it's been 3 months.
Right. Oh, we've been together a long time. 3 months.
You ain't even finished a semester.
Right.
I mean, you know, a quarter.
Right. What's his middle name?
I know. Dude, where did he live? You know anything.
Right. Have you met his mom? So do you think that there is an age that's too young for love, or do you think that people just say they're falling in love prematurely?
I think there's different type of love, you know. Do I believe in, I love him and I want to be with him when you're that young, 14. You know, 13, 14, 15? No, I don't. I think it's a such thing like Snoop Dogg, who, you know, that they puppy love. That's really what I think it is. You thinking it's love, but you don't even know what love is yet. You know, you got to go through some things to really understand what you want. You have to figure yourself out and know what you want as a person and love yourself before you can sit there and say, you know.
Right? I think you can fall in love. I really do think that at a young age you can fall in love. I just don't think that you need to be making decisions based on falling in love yet. But I do think that the emotion can be real. Yeah. Anyway, YouTube, we just had some things on our spirits. We just had to get off, and, you know, let us know what you think. If you disagree, if you agree, if you have questions, inbox us, Facebook us, Twitter us, tweet us, twatter us, whatever it is. Subscribe, rate, and comment, and let us know what you think. And remember that if you're in an unhealthy relationship, you can get out of it because you don't have to put up with foolishness.
All right. Until next time.
Over and out.